passion! Hey guys, how's it going? And girls, I don't know who watches. Whatever. Anyway, doing a little bit, or getting parts ready, things ready to start working on this. It's going to be a massive ordeal because the wheelbase has to be adjusted, as you know. This is from the yellow Yoda. Some of you may have known if you actually pay attention. It was glued on the bottom of the box, so it tilts up. Now I'm going to use that same deal on this truck, where you heat this up with a torch, pour a bunch of hot glue on there, because if you don't heat up the metal first, well, it doesn't work. It cools it. So you heat this up with a torch, little torch, get her nice and warm, and then you line it up on here and you glue it on. The first one, you got to line it up like that and then trace it from underneath. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But it needs to come up like, I don't know, like 2 inches. I'll see if I can get you a rough idea. I don't know if you'll be able to see it here. So it's going to sit about there. Maybe about there. I'm going to cut out the wheel wells a bit. But if you look up there, you can kind of see the gap. So I either have to put spacers in here to raise this up, which would probably be easier, or I got to make a new plate like this, which is just essentially a U-shape piece of steel, and then I just have it come up a ways up and then across and down. So I might just make a new one of these because it wouldn't be that hard to do. I have the material over here actually from an old game console. It's not too thick, but it doesn't need to be, really. I might make it out of thicker stuff though. Maybe I'll find something thicker. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to figure out how high I need to make it, and then I got to make my rear links. But I'm also trying to think about the bumper situation. This is why I don't throw stuff away. This was an old, hangs off your shower in your bathroom like so. Well, I'm going to cut off these basket pieces. I can save these string pieces too. But I'm going to be using this fat tubing. It's probably about 1/2 inch, if not 3/4 inch tubing. I'm not sure. But I think it'll make nice bumpers. Sorry guys, I really wish my phone would autofocus. It used to. So that's going to get bolted on there. Something like that. Using those holes, I'll use brace bolts onto the back of this plate or tube. Attach that to there. And then, the cage will come off there. And I'll do the same thing with the front bumper. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this tubing. It's not too thick. It's not too heavy. And like I said, I got to do the links. But I'm going to do the rear links first so I can get the wheelbase the right length. Once I get the wheelbase the right length, then I'll start on the cage, because it's the way I work. I'm also going to utilize these bolt holes that they have on the body here. They're actually meant for bolting on the bumpers. You can see the little hole there. I'm going to utilize those as cage mounting points. I'm also thinking about using these because they're there and I didn't feel like cutting them out because they're actually indented. But I might make a piece of brake tube that comes across the back here as well, and I'll have some plating here. Make like a little roll bar that also attaches to the cage. Sorry, I'm not keeping in focus or in frame here, damn it. But I'm going to use those to do that. I wish I had a box to put in the back of this thing. Then I got to figure out, what I'm doing. It's a long process, and I don't work very fast because I will think how I'm going to do it and how I need to do it like 30 or 40 times before I actually build it. Kind of build it in my head. But I remembered I had this, and I thought, shit, you know what? I think that's going to be just the right size for bumpers for this. So yeah, there's that in a nutshell. Just a short video, guys. All right. Remember, build with passion, and junk is your friend. Hey everybody, just thought I'd show you a little something. Like, you know how I know I modify stuff? Like, everything? Anyway, here's my bumper. Thus far, no, it's not brazed at all. So I'm thinking about uppers, side razors. They're just gonna go like, kind of like that. Now, these little, stop it. These little bits here are gonna get altered. They're gonna get bent and stuff. But I'm gonna angle the, I'm gonna cut an angle. But I want to braze them first so that way I know where it's gonna be so it doesn't move. Anyway, my brazing rod, this stuff. When I get it, it comes in like a meter long length in a big plastic, hands over there, tube. Come, my cameraman sucks. Anyway, so to make it more manageable, I cut it into foot long sections and then I cut the tube down to about a foot. Dropping shit! Then I can just put the end on there, you know, because it's much easier. If you've ever brazed before, you'll probably know what I mean. It's much easier to deal with a little piece like this than a meter long chunk. Have it wiggling around, it's smacking you in the head or hitting shit, breaking the flux off of it. So I cut it short. And then the end pieces, when they get down to like this long, I can still use them. I just put a pair of vice grips on the end so I don't burn my little fingers. Yeah. Oh, thumbtacks. Get the hell out of there, thumbtacks. Anyway, guys, that's that. So these pieces, not scrap. Hang on to those. So yeah. Actually, maybe I'll start out with this piece. No, I won't. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing today. I just thought I'd share with you guys and show you where I'm at on the build, on the truck. And yeah, it's going to take a long time because, well, I got lots of shit to do. And also, I have plans on making this, a stinger that comes down but goes under the truck, mounts on the bottom of the bumper, brazed on there. It goes underneath, and that's where I'll have the pins for the body. So I can undo the pins from here, and it'll hinge up. Sorry, I really suck at camera work. And that way, by the stinger going under the front end and extending underneath to about, I don't know, maybe here, my suspension can still collapse. It won't hit it. And then it can actually use the stinger. Why is it noise? It can actually use that, the stinger as a skid to slide up onto stuff. But yeah, there we are. That's what I'm doing. Won't get much done today because, well, anyway, guys, remember, build with passion.